Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to again a very cool, unique video of understanding the hidden codes of the planets. And this is something that I have learned from A.V. Sundaram personally. And if you can learn even one thing from the greatest Vedic astrologer, A.V. Sundaram, you have done something good in your life. That's what I say. So he personally gave me this technique. I have worked with it, found great results. However, I have not tested this on like maybe no more than 20-30 people, and it worked. However, I have not used it on 100 people or 200 people. Okay? But what I like to do is I like to throw things out there. Why is it that when I learn something, I just like to throw things out there? Because of the fact, some of you, perhaps even most of you, have a much better Mercury than I do, have a much better Jupiter than I do. Like some of you, obviously most of you I think are engineers, civil engineers, doctors, scientists, biomedical students, people who have gone through the rigorous task of research, academic approach to astrology. I haven't. So what I like to do is I like to throw it out there, and I like to see your comments, because I see some brilliant comments, and I see some great techniques, like especially the video that I made on Pai Paddhati, ultimate, the hidden code of astrology. Some of you commented and said, well, I actually think that this should be this way and that can be this way, and you can try this. And I'm like, oh my God, this person is, I don't even know they're astrologers, but they just gave me a greatest clue. Because see, your Mercury might be so well placed in the birth chart, Navamsa chart, Vimsamsa chart, that you just see things in a beautiful manner. I know this one person who sent me an email on research he did on astrology, and I'm still trying to get through it. You never know, he's been following me, so I might actually bring him on my channel. Why not? So this is why I like to throw things out there. So what is the hidden code of planets? So as you know, the Mool Trikon placement of the planets. So if you're new to astrology, Mool Trikon meaning the actual real home of a planet. Like for Sun, it is the sign of Leo. For Moon, it's actually considered the sign of Taurus as its home and its exaltation point. Then for Mars, Aries is its Mool Trikon sign, its own home. Venus, it's Libra. Jupiter, it's Sagittarius. Saturn, it's Aquarius. Okay, so knowing just this part, we can see a whole lot about what is it that the planet is going to do in your life. And as in, what do I mean by this? The hidden code, meaning regardless of how bad your planets are, how good your planets are, at a certain position, they will always give their best of effects. So it doesn't matter if you have a debilitated Sun, debilitated Saturn, somehow, some way, it is going to do good in your life. And contrary to that, it'll also do bad as well. So this is for everybody. Even if you don't have any debilitated or exalted planets, we're going to talk about that. Then I'm also going to show you something that I am seeing with retrograde planets. Okay? So I'll give you an example. Sun own sign is the sign of Leo, right? The sign of Leo is Sun's own sign. Now, Sun is exalted in which sign? The sign of Aries. So hey, this is Sun's home, okay? This is the home of Sun. But this is where Sun is exalted. So Sun is exalted in the sign of Aries. So what does this tell us about what is the connection here between home and exaltation position? Well, how many places is Sun away from its exaltation position? Well, let's count from its home. Leo, 1. Virgo, 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You see how Sun is 9 places away from itself, from its home. So Sun, remember, is exalted 9 places away from itself. Okay? So let's remember that. So I'll erase this. Sun's home is Leo, and Sun is exalted in the 9th place from itself. Then let's look at another planet. Let's look at Venus. Which is the home of Venus? Okay? This is the home of Venus. This is the home of Venus. Venus is exalted in which sign? Sign of Pisces. This sign is the exaltation of Venus. How many places away is this sign? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6th place from Venus's own home is its exaltation position. So we got that. Let's take another planet. I'm pretty sure many of you have already gotten it, but excellent. Mercury is in Jupiter. Let's take Mars. What is Mars' own home? This is Mars' own home. Okay. How many places, where is Mars exalted? Mars is exalted in the sign of Capricorn. How many places away is Mars from its own home? 10 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 places away from its exaltation position. Okay? So please remember this too. If you look at Jupiter, Jupiter's own home is Sagittarius. Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. How many places away is Cancer from Sagittarius? 8 places away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 places away, it's its exaltation position. Saturn's own home is what? Aquarius. Where is Saturn exalted? Libra. How many places away is Saturn from its exaltation position? 9 places. Okay, so for people who have already learned astrology, this is very basic thing, but it's not really basic thing. Okay, so let's do a puzzle here. Let's put Sun here. Sun is in the sign of Scorpio. Remember what I said about Sun. Sun's home is Leo. Sun is exalted in Aries. 9 places away from Sun. That means wherever Sun sits, regardless of how bad or good it is, for right now, in your particular horoscope, if Sun is in Scorpio, Sun is going to consider it as its home for life in your particular dimension. 9th from Sun becomes its exaltation position. That means 9 places away from Sun is the sign of Cancer. Because remember, Sun's own home is Leo. Exalted in sign of Aries, 9 places away. So wherever Sun sits in your particular horoscope, 9 places away will be its exaltation position. So regardless of how bad Sun is doing in your 5th house of education, children, political throne, speculative gains, arts, media, creativity, cinema. Let's say you're really bad at all these things. Okay? By its nakshatra placements, its aspects, conjunction. 9th from itself though, Sun will always raise your ego, your light. Why? Sun is light. Wherever Sun is in your horoscope, somehow you're born for doing something related to those things. Not as in work, but you may just do it as your own passion. Wherever Sun is. Remember, the very first chapter of Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra. Sun is the light of everything. 9th from itself shows, because this is you, ascendant, fame, okay, status. Sun will always help you in your status. Sun will always help you rise. Your ego will always be strong regardless of how damaged Sun is. So you see how this dynamic works. Let's try another placement. Okay. Let's do ow, that hurts. Let's do Sun in Libra. So this is your Sun. Sun in Libra, right? It's debilitated in the sign of Libra. Sun is considering its home. Where is Sun's 9th position? 7, 8, 9. Sun will always help you with 12th house matter, which is foreign lands, foreign travel, bed pleasures, spirituality, spiritual organizations, isolation, ashrams, hospitals, asylums, whatever this 12th house represents. This is where you will find your most success. So Sun in the 4th house, in Libra, 9th position will always be a place where you will find your ego. You may not find your ego at work. You may not find your ego coming through business and marriage and other people. And definitely it's not going to help you with the 4th house, right? Let's say if it's in certain nakshatras, certain conjunction aspects, may not be helping you at all. But 12th from itself, it'll always help you rise your ego. It'll always bring your light onto the 12th house. So when your Sun is in the 4th house, you will always find your light. What is it that I am here for? I'm here to spread the light into the 12th house. That's what Sun is. We'll try another 3rd position with the Sun. Beautiful position. It's like Kama Sutra, you know? You got to try different positions, man. It's all love, man. Sun. God, these are new pens, and I don't know why they're like so bad. Did I pick up the right pens this time? Yeah, it's Expo Neon. So, Sun is in the 8th house in Aquarius. May do good, may do bad. We don't know what's nakshatra it's in, what's aspecting it, how Saturn and Rahu are, right? Because we want to look at the dispositor of Sun to really see Sun's position at where it sits. But 9th from itself is what? Libra, this debilitated position. Uh-oh, what happens here? Nothing. Sun will always show you the light. Its highest of light will shine in your 4th house of Libra. 4th house can represent politics. 4th house represents home, land, real estate, mother, comforts, happiness, fixed assets. Somehow you will always find your confidence in relating to this house. And it's so funny. I did try this on this one person who had this sun in the thing, and they actually do very well when they deal with real estate. And their mother is actually their business partner in their real estate. So this was like, it could be a fluke, sure. It could be a fluke. It could be a coincidence. It may not be. This is why I'm throwing it out to all the people who are far more intelligent than I am. Because it's like I got it. I'm like, anytime I learn something, I want to give it out, because people who are far more smarter than me, able to memorize things, learn things, who have higher degrees, discipline, can actually do far better than what I do here. Okay? Now let's see Venus. Let's put Venus in a tough position. Okay, so Venus is in Virgo and is debilitated, right? Uh-oh. So most of you will be like, well, yes, we debilitated Venus, may have a late marriage, may have bad relationships and whatnot, but we don't know. You can't judge it because you don't know the nakshatra, you don't know if it's a Vargottama, meaning same sign in the Navamsha, you will not have problem in marriage. If it has aspect of Jupiter, you will not have problem in marriage. If it's sitting in Kendra or Trikon in Navamsha and it's debilitated in the birth chart, it will not give you trouble in a relationship. But remember, Venus is, home is Libra. Venus is exalted in 6th place from itself. What is 6th place from Venus? Aquarius. You will have a great passion, love, and devotion relationship with the 8th house matter, which could be hidden knowledge, occult, mysticism, spouse's family. May not be in-laws in general. In-laws could be your 10th house or your 3rd house, but 8th house matter is where you excel. You will excel in mysticism, occultic matters. That will become the love for you. Here, if I looked at this Venus, I'm like, well, your love and your passion might be writing and communication, or dealing with relationship with the siblings. However, no. When I had this Venus, this person actually turned out to be a tarot card reader. That's what their love and passion is. I did not look at anything else. I didn't want to purposely, because I was trying to test these techniques. So Venus in the 3rd house will bring passion into the 8th house. Why? Because 6th from itself Venus will always think of it as its exaltation position. Okay, so that's one for Venus. Let's do another one for Venus. Let's put Venus here. Venus is exalted 6th place from itself. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Debilitated sign of Virgo is where Venus will give you the most passion and love. Love of arts, media, creativity, self-expression, siblings, communication, writing, journalism, marketing, social media. Somehow you will always have love through it, and you would always want to have a cordial relationship, good relationship with your sibling. You will always strive for that. Let's say if Saturn was sitting here with Ketu, you may not have that, but somehow you always feel like you naturally want to devote yourself to the 3rd house. So that's another way of looking at Venus. Let's look at another planet. Let's take Saturn. Okay. Saturn. Let's make it a debilitated Saturn. So here Saturn may do something. Whether it may make you a person in engineering, maybe in construction, it can take you into mining business. It can also make you do a lot of hard work, labor, or you could be a medical professional, whatever it is, okay? Problem with authorities. However, this is Saturn's own home, right? Aquarius. How far is Saturn's exaltation position? 9 places away. So 9 places away from Saturn is the 6th house, sign of Sagittarius. So because you have Saturn in Aries in your particular horoscope, as an example, Saturn will always do well in the 6th house. Saturn will be working hard towards giving service to other people, social welfare, social reform, non-profit organization, health, wellness, dealing with small animals. Any karma that you do with the 6th house, Saturn will always feel happy about it. So Saturn, which represents our duty and commitment, our sacrifice. You will notice that 6th house, whenever you sacrifice something to the 6th house, whenever you give your duty to the 6th house matter, somehow you always feel better about yourself. You feel unconditionally much better about yourself. This is where you feel, it's like not even better. It's like you feel like I need to give myself into these things. Let's try another position for Saturn. Let's say your Saturn is in Scorpio. Okay. 9th from Saturn becomes its exaltation position. 9th from Saturn is actually the sign of Cancer, you. This naturally shows me that a person is hardworking, disciplined, structured, organized, will always be committed and give their duty to everybody. They will sacrifice themselves for other people. They will be very serious in nature. Even if you have Venus here and you have Mercury here, Saturn being in the 5th house will always affect the ascendant, meaning this person may not be so jovial. They may not be so, fun-loving. Now that we know this, and we can look at any planet, okay? Let's say you take Mars. Hopefully this works, man. Come on. Mars, its own home is the sign of Aries. Mars is exalted in the 7th house in Capricorn. That's where its exaltation position is, which is 10th from itself. So 10th from Mars is this, the sign of Pisces. Shows your strength, your energy, your ability to fight for some cause will always do very well in the 9th house. Meaning you'll fight for the Father. You'll fight for the Dharma. You'll try to attain the highest of education in technology. Your energy and your strength may actually lend you into being a leader in a religious place, take you to foreign places, foreign lands, where you will have to put your energy out. And regardless of you don't have any willpower in the 12th house, you don't have any bed pleasure and no happiness here. Let's assume that. But 9th house for you is where you fight and you excel. So whatever 9th house happens, you are the first one there dealing with that situation. You may not care for the family with this Mars. You may not care for your home mother, your own children, or your spouse. But when it comes to your 9th house, you will be right there holding a weapon trying to fight for this cause. So even without you realizing, oh, why am I doing this? Now you know the cause. Now let's get back to Sun. As I was saying, the exalted and debilitated position, right? So Sun, as you know, is debilitated in the sign of Libra. Okay? Sun is debilitated in Libra. Sun's own home is the 2nd house of Leo. Sun is debilitated 3rd from itself. Right? 1, 2, 3. Leo, Virgo, Libra. 3 places. Wherever Saturn sits, So let's say, or I'm sorry, Saturn, Sun. Sun is in Capricorn. Okay? And Sun represents your ego, your fame, your vitality, part of your career, your personality. So third from itself, Saturn will always feel debilitated. This person may not feel so confident upon attaining their higher education, following a certain dharma. They may also have their ego hurt by a guru, their father, a preacher, or even an astrologer can come and hit your ego. Let's say you are trying to do a business, okay? And besides me, I won't be the one doing this, but you go to an astrologer and they say, no, you will never be successful. You will never meant for anything. You will be embarrassed. You will find humiliation in life. You're just a miserable life. So what happened? Here you were trying to strive for something, but a ninth house person came and brought down the ego. So this is something we know will happen. Now, of course, over time, you may overcome these things. But every single time you deal with the ninth house matter, somehow your ego will be hurt. You will not feel so confident about that part of your life. Same thing with Venus. Let's see if we take Venus. And I want to see a good placement here. Okay, so let's say Venus is in, I want to find a very strong, okay, so let's do this. Let's do Venus in, actually let's make Venus here exalted, right? Venus is beautifully exalted in the ninth house. It's up. So you may think that everything related to Venus is great. Absolutely awesome. But Venus's own home is what? Libra. Where is Venus debilitated? 12th from itself. 12th from Venus is the 8th house. This is where Venus will find its hardest to receive love and give love, which would be spouse's family, dealing with hidden sudden ups and downs, dealing with hidden secrets. Other people's assets will never be coming to you, or you will get them and you will waste them. So this part of Venus is always going to feel debilitated. You will either not give love to this part, or you may not receive love from this part. Because 12th from Venus was its debilitated position. Venus will not feel so comfortable being in that situation. Let's look at Jupiter. Okay? And then we'll end this. Let's take Jupiter. So Jupiter, Mool Trikon sign is this, Sagittarius. Okay, Jupiter is exalted 8th from itself in the Cancer sign. Jupiter is debilitated 2nd from itself. So let's say we put Jupiter here. 8th from itself. What is 8th from itself? 5th house. Jupiter most definitely will give you a great education, will give you great children, highly educated children. You will have great love for mantras, ancient knowledge. Perhaps even you're a very creative person and loves classical arts, classical knowledge, because Jupiter represents classical arts. Right? 8th from itself becomes that. 2nd from Jupiter, because Jupiter, this is its own house. 2nd from itself is debilitated position. 2nd from Jupiter is somewhere where your knowledge will not be coming from. You will not find any mentors, gurus, teachers in a large organization. Perhaps relationship with the sibling will not be the greatest. Or wisdom and knowledge will not be coming through elder sibling. So you see how this dynamic is working. So as soon as you see a chart, you know exactly where So as soon as you see a chart, you'll know exactly where the abundance of energy is, where the lack of energy is for a particular planet. So do this with any sign or any planet in any chart. Doesn't matter where the sun is. Your sun doesn't have to be exalted or debilitated to understand in dynamic. You just need to see how many placement is from each other. Now, one thing I have not worked on, which I know some people are going to ask, is Rahu and Ketu. I still have to figure that out. I have to email A.V. Sundaramji. I forgot to email him on this part, but Rahu's own sign is Aquarius. Ketu's own sign is Scorpio. And Ketu's exaltation position apparently is Scorpio. Rahu's exaltation position is Taurus. And the vice versa becomes their debilitation position. And then Mool Trikon of Rahu is somehow considered Cancer with the Pi Paddhati video that I made with Dr. Pi team. And Capricorn becomes Ketu's Mool Trikon sign. So this is where I just learned that with you guys on that video. So I have not tasted Ketu and Rahu. So far, only the physical planets who own this sign. Okay. So guys, if you're new to my channel, subscribe below. Again, if you want to know where your planets are placed in our ancient system, including all my books, reports, consultations, readings, for that, check out the links here. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.